Hola a todos, bienvenido a mi canal. Yo me llamo Sirene. Soy abogada afro-latina licenciada criticando las leyes criminales, pero como todos ustedes, a mí me fascina cuando estamos hablando de casos de crímenes reales. En este video vamos a hablar del caso de Afeni Muhammad. Si quieren más video en español, nada más dime allá abajo. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Desiree. I'm a licensed and practicing Afro-Latino criminal attorney who, much like the rest of you, has a severe fascination with true crime cases. Listen, the case we're going to talk about today actually happened less than a week ago at this point. If you have been over the internet at any point in the last week, I am sure you have seen numerous videos and numerous articles about this case. The suspect as of this point is currently in custody and all charges remain pending, so I'll refer to everything as discussed in this video as alleged as of right now. This case is devilish, dastardly, mischievous, just outright insane. And this is the case of Afeni Muhammad. Afeni Muhammad is a 26-year-old woman who lives in Eastpointe, Michigan. I can honestly tell you guys, with as much as I travel, I don't think I've ever been to Michigan in my adult life, but apparently Eastpointe is a suburb of Detroit. I also took things one step further because I just wanted to know how big it is, and as of the 2020 census, Eastpointe nearly had 13,000 residents, so it's not a super big city, or town, or suburb, however we want to call it. At 26 years old, Afeni worked for McDonald's, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I mention it to you guys because it plays a very crucial part in this story. Although I couldn't find exactly how long Afeni was working for McDonald's for, she did work at an Eastpointe location that was located at 17921 9 Mile Road. Afeni's manager was a 39-year-old woman named Jennifer Harris, and Jennifer had devoted the last 15 years of her life to working for McDonald's. Jennifer had 6 children, and it's my understanding that the father of those children is currently incarcerated. So for all intents and purposes, Jennifer was raising those kids alone. Afeni really disliked Jennifer. She said that Jennifer would consistently send her home, and she oftentimes referred to Jennifer as a bully. In fact, nearly 2 days before this incident, and on July 8th of 2025, Afeni posted this very concerning video to her public Instagram account.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in this store, you know, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on, and then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. You know, nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So all that animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, and then trying to tell me, I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative shit she's saying about, you know, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all of that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That shit is crazy. I'm telling you. But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all. So, you know, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't. Then one day she coming in there talking about some, yeah, I broke my door in half and I had to pull my gun out on my kids since this and that. Well, you know, telling us that, like, the fuck you telling us you pulled a gun out on your kids for? You sound like a fucking psychopath. That's what I wanted to tell her. She was talking about some she blacked out. I'm like, yeah, you must have had blacked out if you pulled the gun out on your kids. Like, you know, like, I'm like, what the fuck you telling me this for? Like, think she's like, trying to make it seem like that she big dog or some shit. Give a fuck about you telling me about you pulling the gun out on a kid. I don't fucking, like, that shit doesn't scare me. You know what I mean? That shit doesn't scare me. If she thought she was trying to intimidate me, that shit didn't intimidate me at all. I don't give a fuck about her telling me about what the fuck she did. You know, and maybe that's why they always fighting her, to defend themselves. They probably felt like their life was threatened. The fuck out of here with that shit.
On Thursday, July 10th, shortly before 8 a.m., Afeni said that Jennifer sent her home, and at some point during the discussion, Afeni looked at Jennifer and told her something to the effect of, I'll be back. Afeni then drove to a park, stayed in her car for a moment, realized she had a knife, returned to McDonald's wearing a hooded mask, and stabbed Jennifer upwards of 15 times. As Afeni was trying to escape, a customer fired off a warning shot and held Afeni there until law enforcement's arrival. Unfortunately, Jennifer passed as a result of her injuries.
And more breaking news this morning. Violence breaks out at a local McDonald's where police say an argument between co-workers led to one of them being stabbed to death.
Fox News' Camille Mary, she just got an update from Eastpointe Police a short time ago. Camille joins us live now. Camille, what have you learned?
Yeah, this is an absolutely horrific story. We just got briefed from Eastpointe Police, and then we headed down here, which is about a mile down the road, here at the 9 Mile McDonald's. So I want you to take a look at some video. We're going to talk about what happened. So let's rewind the clock back to about 8 o'clock. Actually, prior to that, there was a dispute. Police say there was a dispute between two employees. One employee leaves, a verbal altercation. One employee leaves, comes back, and then proceeds, this is according to police, proceeds to stab that employee, that fellow employee that they had a dispute with, in the area of the drive-through inside where the employees work. Well, then this is where things take a twist. A customer in the car going through the drive-through sees this, witnesses this. He takes a gun, this according to police, shoots it up in the air, and then realizes exactly what's happening, trying to stop this stabbing from happening. And then he actually chases the suspect, runs away, and then he chases that suspect, holds that suspect at gunpoint until police get there. Now, we did talk to some witnesses, and we're going to hear from them in a minute, but I do want to report that we have confirmed from police that the victim is deceased, a woman in her 30s, and the suspect is in custody, a 26-year-old woman. But let's listen to what that one witness had to say.
She left for 5 minutes. She came back with a mask on her face, and the only thing I seen was her hands. That's how I knew it was her. And she started stabbing her, and I ran for help, and basically asking everybody, like, help or whatever. I tried to stop her. It was no stopping her. She stabbed her everywhere.
According to police, when they responded, they had a conversation with Afeni in which Afeni told them that it was her intention to kill Jennifer. Afeni was then arrested and taken into custody pending 2 charges. One is first-degree murder. Yeah, okay, duh. And second is carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent. I also heard that the news was reporting that Afeni was arrested pending habitual charges, but let me just explain how that works for you. Habitual charges might appear as separate charges on a charging document, but in essence, it's just a sentencing enhancer. right? So you guys might be questioning yourselves, and I know you do because you guys are brilliant, and I see it in absolutely every comment you leave me. Well, Desiree, how on earth can this be a sentencing enhancer if she's facing first-degree murder charges and the maximum possible penalty is life? And you're correct. It's my understanding that the sentencing enhancer here, as to the habitual charges, would be used more so for the other offense, the carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent. One day after this incident, and on July 11th of 2025, at approximately 1 p.m., Afeni was arraigned on these charges. As I've stated in prior videos, but for those of you just finding me, welcome and thank you. But arraignment merely is the process of informing a defendant the charges that are pending against them. After hearing arguments from both sides, Judge Kathleen G. Gallen set Afeni's bond at $25 million, cash or surety.
Council appearances for the record, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Sean Hankeveld appearing on behalf of the people.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Please, this honorable court, Matthew Licata appearing on behalf of Mrs. Muhammad, who does appear via Zoom.
Your name, please, ma'am.
Afeni Muhammad.
Very good. You're here today for arraignment on the charges of murder in the first degree, premeditated, count 2, carrying a weapon with unlawful intent, and a habitual second notice. Mr. Licata, how does your client wish to proceed?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. At this time, my client is asking the court to enter a not guilty plea. Have this matter set for a probable cause conference and a preliminary exam. I have advised my client of her rights, as well as the charges against her and the potential penalties. We are ready to proceed on those grounds.
Very good. Ma'am, do you understand the nature of the charges against you to your satisfaction after talking to your attorney?
Yes.
Very good. I will go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Are you requesting a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
I will appoint an attorney to represent you. We'll set this matter for a probable cause conference on July 23rd, 2025 at 1 p.m. The preliminary examination will be on July 30th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Esteban, Mr. Licata.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Just briefly, my client is 26 years old, does live in the great city of Eastpointe. Your Honor, my client is a high school graduate. In fact, was taking some online classes for college for her physical therapy degree. Your Honor, there are some disturbing facts in this particular matter, but there are facts that haven't been brought out yet, and my client is extremely anxious to have those facts brought to light during the pendency of this case. She was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but physical, that involved alcohol issues, which is where the habitual second stems from, and her prior record. Your Honor, my client is a helpful person. She's a giving person. She's actually is credited with saving a life because of a 60-year-old who had skin cancer that she made go to the doctor to find out that that's exactly what it was, and that person is doing extremely well right now. I understand the facts that have been laid out today in the warrant, but at this time, Your Honor, we are asking the court to consider a bond in this matter that is appropriate, that my client can meet, so that she can meet with her attorneys and prepare her for defense in this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of the people,
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Pursuant to court rule, the court is well within its authority to grant no bond involving any case involving murder. In this case, we are requesting no bond for this defendant. Also provided within the court rules are certain factors for this court to consider when determining whether to grant any bond at all. And in this case, we are requesting no bond, as I indicated. First of all, the court can consider whether or not this defendant is a threat to the community. She entered a public building with other individuals, other employees that were present. She produced a weapon that was a knife longer than 3 inches, and she stabbed the victim multiple times, up to possibly as many as 15 times, eventually causing her death. There were other employees that were present at the time, some of which attempted to help the victim after the stabbing occurred. That alone is enough to show that there is a threat to the community. She then ran from the building to her vehicle, presumably with the intent to flee from the scene. She was stopped by a helpful bystander. You're also able to consider the likelihood of conviction in this case, given the facts as laid out by Detective Showers and the information that the prosecutors have reviewed in order to charge this defendant. There is a very high likelihood of conviction. And then finally, the defendant does have a prior instance of at least one that I'm aware that involved a stabbing, similar obviously to the stabbing that occurred in this case involving a knife. So given all of those factors and given the fact that this court does have authority to give no bond to defendants charged with murder, I am asking at this time for no bond in this case.
the court is, after considering all of these factors, going to be setting bond at $25 million cash surety only with conditions.
In case you're wondering what a cash or surety bond is, a cash bond is exactly what it sounds like. You pay the $25 million in cash. But do you got $25 million in your bank account? Okay, yeah, me neither. So most people can't pay a directly cash bond. That's why they're given other options in order to post bond. And as far as a surety is concerned, Afeni would just have to go to a third-party company who would pay a certain percentage in order to get her bonded out of custody. You know, in addition to the video that I already showed you that Afeni posted on her Instagram account, she has made numerous other very concerning posts.
I was wrongfully treated today at work. I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times. My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say. Stop talking to me. And to walk into my space, still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me. That made me very unhappy. It was ridiculous. Because I know that I'm a great person, and I know I won't be tolerating that. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next. Because it wasn't right. It was ridiculous. And there will be hell to pay for that. Without a doubt.
Sober in love, sober in love, sober in love. and I watch how all got me. Chuck E. Cheese is the right I used to want it to be, until my lava cake enlightened me that I'm still the king of the sea. Now I tried to make a machine take over my soul, but now
I love to tell you guys this because I want you to live in this reality with me. I am a lawyer. I am not a doctor. So anything I say as far as diagnosing people is just personal opinion. And I looked all throughout Afeni's Instagram account, and I will tell you, she wasn't wrapped tight. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And this is an opinion, and allegedly, in case anyone sees this and tries to sue me, allegedly, I don't think she was wrapped tight. A lot of the things that she was talking about were really dark and demented and kind of like eerie. She just wasn't all the way there. A lot of her posts had me questioning whether or not she has a support system in her life. Does she have family and friends that love her, that care for her, that are going to go to bat for her? Because why would you let her post that? And on top of that, did you not have someone you could use as an outlet to talk to about your frustrations about being sent home early from work? All of it is just tragic. All of it is just absolutely tragic. Afeni's actions in this case and her Instagram account have sparked numerous online debates about whether or not employers should be able to look on your social media accounts before you're hired, during you're hired, while employment, whatever. And I think my take on that is, yeah, sure. Why not? I think it is asinine for people to assume that you have a public-facing any sort of social media account and that other people aren't looking, especially if it's under your first and last name. What expectation of privacy do you believe you have? On top of that, a lot of Afeni's posts were made while she was in uniform. Did you not notice that the first video I posted, she's in uniform ranting about her employer? What? This begs a bigger issue, or brings me to a bigger issue, at least in my mind. I have seen an influx of social media culture where it's like, well, whatever I do off the clock, it's just my business. I wholeheartedly disagree with that. If you are on a public account and you are in uniform and you are promoting yourself as an employee of X corporation, and especially you're bad-mouthing them, dude, what? Of course they're going to take notice. It's just all treacherous and sad. Do you know what else I found absolutely mortifying? The fact that there were numerous users all over social media justifying Afeni's actions.
I'm not here to say that McDonald's girl was right. I'm not here to say she was wrong. I'm here to say that's why you should watch how you treat people, and that's why you should not bully people, and that's why you should just be a good person in general. You know, it just seemed like that girl was fed up. She was talking about, oh, she got sent home 2 days in a row. She came in on her off day to make up some time, and they sent her home anyways. And I'm not here to defend that, but in honesty, you don't know what that girl was facing. You know, it's easy to get behind in this economy. It's easy to get an eviction. It's easy to do that. It really is. You know, it really is. And it sucks to say that that mother of 6 lost her life, but I'm not saying that how she was treating people was right either. You know, because as a former bully, because I used to bully people back in high school, and I sit there and think about it to this day. I regret it sometimes because them people didn't deserve that.
As I stated in the beginning of this video, everything is still pending. It happened approximately a week ago at this point, and there's still a lot of information that we don't know just as of yet. I wanted to make this video just so I can update you guys on what was happening and what an interesting case I found this to be. I am absolutely mortified and saddened that there are folks all over social media trying to justify Jennifer's passing. Whether or not Afeni had an issue with her, she didn't deserve to die. She has 6 kids, for all intents and purposes, who are going to have to fend for themselves because now they have neither parent. This was sad. This was treacherous. This was Looney Tune goof troop behavior, because I'm sure we can all relate to the fact that we've had at least one supervisor throughout the course of our lives that we just didn't like. There are so many other alternatives than killing someone get a new job, get fired and collect unemployment, keep searching, be unemployed for a brief period of time, rely on friends and family. There are so many other alternatives I can think of other than murder. As this case develops and progresses, I'll be sure to provide you guys with updates as they come. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, y'all take care.